do is to go back to where it all went wrong. So let's go back there. People have asked me to watch this before, and I think it's a great idea. I've come around to it. This is where it all went wrong, everybody. You remember. Y'all remember. You were all there. Okay, this is quitting Marvel Strike Force, a goodbye from Seatin.
Ladies and gentlemen, fuck this game. I'm done. I am so done with Marvel Strike.
Well, then that's so nice we can play it twice, right? Everybody likes that part. Everybody loves that fucking part. Let's get it up nice and loud. Nice and fucking loud.
Ladies and gentlemen, fuck this game. I'm done. I am so done with Marvel Strike Force. This game, I've been playing it for 9 months. Since day 1 of beta.
9 months, day 1 of beta, and that was it. That's when the reasonable people left. 9 months. Why was he the only one? Oh, why? Why was he the only one? Because this guy makes money on YouTube. You go look at YouTube, this guy needs to play something that's like sustainable and makes money. He's not going to play bullshit, and he could tell it, and that's why he took off. And everybody else just skated by. Because, you know, either we didn't know any better, or we couldn't do any better, or we weren't even making videos yet.
If you don't know me, don't know the channel, I was the biggest supporter of Marvel Strike Force during beta. I think they did such a great job.
Yo, and they fucked up. A game like Contest of Champions exists because of guys like this, who do great content for that game. Marvel Strike Force would be in a better place now if they made guys like this happy. This guy has a huge audience, and he would have kept this shit going.
With the game, but as soon as that launch patch hit, I don't know what fucking happened. Just that it was shitty decision.
The greed hit, my friend. The greed hit.
After shitty decision, just constantly bringing so much of the game back, pulling the rewards back, increasing the difficulty, just trying to cash grab at every single opportunity. It just became, you know, an absolute shit show, and it's just been down and down and down over the last few months. This month alone, we've had the level 65 raids, which are just a bullshit cash grab, and the level 50...
I can't fucking believe how mad he was about shit that wasn't even that bad. In retrospect, none of the shit he's upset about right now is anything compared to what we have in the game at this time. There were no cash grabs at the level that we had at this time.
Rates had more rewards in terms of the tier 3 materials in beta than the level 65 raids do at the moment, and again the level 65 raids are again just a massive cash grab. A lot of the fights they're not fun, they're not challenging, they're just bullshit. Like, it's, you know, you get the right rolls or you die in some fights. There's just so much randomness going on, and you have characters that are like higher level than any of your characters, so they have...
That's just par for the course now. That's just how we roll. That never changed. We got used to it. We just got used to it, man. They just sold us, they just sell you new characters to beat them. That's what they were doing. Yeah, well, how long did it take them before they sold you some characters to beat whatever fucking raid that was? That's all they do. And you know what now? They don't even sell you the characters. Now they just let you suffer.
Have higher resistance, and like when you throw out crowd control, it just sometimes doesn't even apply, so it's just a bullshit random fiesta, and really it's just turned into kind of a massive whale milking fiesta at the top.
I would love for Seatin to come back and for me to show him the game. He doesn't have to play anymore. Just come on down by the Mr. Hargrave show and let me show you the game, buddy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Give me an afternoon. Give me an hour. Let me show you where the game is at now. You might be surprised. Let's have some fun.
But it's not even like a clever one at all. Everybody's just frustrated. They're just like, this is bullshit content. Like, I messaged my alliance leader yesterday. I was like, dude, fuck this game, man. I'm quitting tomorrow. I'm making a video. He's like, bro, I don't even know what to do right now, because like 5 other people have messaged me that as well. Like, our alliance is falling apart, and we're the fucking 3rd alliance in the game, man. We are so stacked in terms of our rosters. But everybody is like, really, like, the Foxnext just have no, they're not in touch at all with...
Yo, straight up chat. Yeah, Seatin was my guy too. When Seatin left, I just, you know, I was watching his videos. I was really appreciating his content, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm just gonna limp along. I'm gonna limp along now and see how I do. And it was, you know, I don't know. It's only gotten worse. I can't believe that we're looking back on this and the shit he's saying. It seems quaint. It's like I want to go back to that time when it was still bad, but in a more manageable way.
With their player base. I have no idea what they're trying to do with their business strategy. It just seems so fucking absurd, so dumb. So yeah, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. There's level 65 raids. There's this insanely 4-layered bullshit cash-grabbing Nick Fury event, which honestly...
Yeah, you thought the Nick Fury legendary event tore it, which was bad. I didn't unlock Nick Fury the first time around. That definitely threw me needing Kree. Like, you would never build fucking Kree. And now we're doing it again. Now you need to build Nick Fury again. Everyone was like, oh, good, you don't need Nick Fury anymore. He sucks. And then they were like, oh, no, you need Nick Fury now. So build Nick Fury, you fucks. We didn't forget about you.
Just some ridiculously insulting offers. We also have, like...
He didn't even have the $20,000, $10,000 offer yet in front of him. Didn't even have the fucking depths of depravity that we have now. There was no dark dimension cash grab. None of that shit yet.
Like tier 12 orange gear that's available for purchase in the supplies, and I think for one bit of gear it's like 9 million gold or something. So yeah, that just seems absolutely absurd from the Reddit calculations that I've seen. And also it is rumored from I believe this is one of Casino sources. Again, I can't personally verify this. This is just a rumor that the level 70 cap is coming very soon as well, which again is just a more energy power core cash grab, along with these wonderful events that replaced kind of decent events that we had at the start, like Thanos and Deadpool, which have again just been
Once again, this all got worse. It all got fucking worse. Like, yeah, Thanos and Deadpool were raids, and that was good. These events are better than what we have now. These used to have more stuff in them than we get now, and they used to be more generous. They're worse now. Everything's worse now. Everything he's complaining about was crappy, but is worse now.
Down over their duration, from being kind of like a nice little additional gear farm to kind of just like a stingy cash grab when it comes to fragments for Miss Marvel. Like, I think, you know, the Ant-Man and Wasp events, they weren't too bad. They gave you some alright gear there. And yeah, also the return of the Deadpool raids, having over 12 times less rewards than the original raids.
But then they released the 2-hour Deadpool raids that had more rewards, but were impossible to beat by your alliance that spanned multiple time zones. That was nice. They heard you.
Such an incredible piss take. I feel...
No, there was no alliance war at this time. That had yet to happen. The cash grab that is alliance war didn't happen. We sat through so much more shit than he did. Look, dude, you're basically a noob. I mean, like, you couldn't have hung out a little bit longer?
Like, everything they are doing is just like a massive fuck you to the player base, and I don't want to play this game anymore. I have zero faith in the developers. That, again, they can't even...
He called it, man. I mean, he absolutely fucking called it. It didn't get better. There's no way it got better. It only got worse. It's definitely worse now than it was then.
Make a good game, they can't keep people entertained, and not even that they're good people and have good business practices. And that
would mean so much. If the company was like bona fide good people who were doing good things with good business practices, I wouldn't care. It wouldn't be as big of a deal. It'd be like, yeah, you know, they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. These events suck. The game isn't that fun. But the people running it are really cool. They're good with communication. And they don't really, their pricing's pretty decent. Then it would be like, all right, you know, cool. But it's not that at all. It's not that in the fucking least. Or the opposite, where the pricing's like it is. It's all fucked up. It costs $10,000. But the game's like mind-blowingly good. And there's no bugs. And it's just fucking great. And it's got all the characters you want. No, somehow we're still here, even though it's neither of those extremes. It's like just in the middle. It's worse than it was, and it just continues to get shittier every day, and we still hang out.
One of the things that like really really hurt, man, because you know I went to the Fox offices twice, and the first time, like, I just felt like I was sold so much bullshit. Again, always, and this is one of the biggest lessons that I've learned over the last couple of years of being a YouTuber, talking to many people in the video games industry. There are so many bullshit salesmen out there, so you've always got to judge people by their actions and not their words. Because I don't know, man. I'm just gutted. I feel like ever since the launch of this game had ridiculous potential, and they were doing so much right in the beta of the game. And this could have easily been if they were more generous and just had a decent idea of how to grow an incredibly large community and milk the whales. And this is one of the things that, you know, oddly I give Kabam credit for. As a player of Marvel Contest of Champions, this, like, the...
Well, they figured out the whale milking. So there you go. They did figure out that part. Maybe he'd be happy about that. You'd be like, oh, they're properly milking these whales now.
Last few months have made me realize how clever certain tactics that Kabam use are, because Kabam kind of, they make about 95% of the game. Even as a free-to-play player, you can get through it, you can access it, you can have a great time, but if you want to compete in the top tier whale wars up the top, then you gotta splash that cash. But aside from that, there's so much more to enjoy in Marvel Contest of Champions. A Marvel Contest of Champions being a significantly more skill-based game, because, you know, it's real.
Oh, he said it. He said it, people. It's more skill-based. Look, none of these mobile games are skill-based. He's deluding himself there. That doesn't exist. It's against the design ethic of mobile games to be challenging or good. If you pride yourself on being good at a mobile game, you might want to pick something else to be prideful about.
Real time, you're playing it hands-on, and there's a huge, insane element of skill and skill cap to Marvel Contest of Champions. Yeah, just makes it a much more compelling game. Whereas I feel like kind of the strategy for Kabam is like you know, 90. But everybody can access about 90% of the content. But if you want to compete like right at the top, then that's, you know, kind of whale wars, big spending territory there. But Fox's territory seems to gate off about 80% of the content. If you weren't there at the right time, or if you're not spending a really excessive amount of money, and even if, like, you're right at the top, I mean, that's one of the things that Kabam do actually really, really well.
I have played Contest of Champions. I play at the arcade. I played the mobile version a little bit too, but mostly at the arcade, where they have everything unlocked and you can just play it for skill, and there's no fucking skill involved. I mean, it's like, you know, rock, paper, scissors shit. You know, you hold your abilities. It's not really that. It's not that crazy. It's not like that. It's not like, oh, this intense fucking test of my skills and reflexes. No. If you can spend cash just to be good at it, it's not a skill-based game, and that's how all mobile games are. So I'm not buying it.
Well, if you're a massive whale, you can just buy up everything in the game and just have a proper old jolly. But even the whales in this game, man, are just getting, like, consistently, you know, the buck is always being pushed a bit too fast, and nobody else is keeping up, and everybody's just like, fuck this, man, fuck this.
Yeah, okay, so that's what he's talking about, and that's what we have now. I mean, they did better at this. More people could keep up for less money. And they were doing better at the whale economy after this. After this video, they did make some improvements. So red stars were actually really friendly to the whale economy. We've gotten over it. Nobody gives a shit anymore. And at this point, it's so blown out. We've looked at it today. There's only 19 people spending money on this game. There's 19 whales left. That's all we have. You can actually count them up. They're in Dark Dimension 5 right now. That's it. 19 of them. Everybody else said, nah, fuck it. It's not worth money. Not buying this shit. Maybe I'll spend a couple dollars. Whatever. Who gives a shit? But yeah, we're at the point now, and those people are so far ahead that no one else will catch them, that what's the point of it? Like, they're going to figure it out. Once those 19 people figure out that, like, oh wait, there's no one else around, this isn't fun, your game's over.
I'm so incredibly done. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's just an absolutely ridiculous scenario, and I'm so disappointed that a game that the fundamentals are really enjoyable, man. I just feel like it's been squandered by just poor decision making, just greedy tactics, just shitty business decisions, and that's really it, man. That is it. The animations in this game.
Where you getting these numbers from, chat? Where the fuck you getting these numbers from? Yeah, Top Alliance all have spenders and they've all dried up, man. They don't have spenders that are beating these fucking milestones that are in the game. Like, do you understand what I mean by spenders? I don't mean nickel and dime bullshit spenders, man. I'm talking big money spenders that they need to thrive upon at this point because normal people don't spend money anymore on the game. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that go into these offers and without thinking go, oh, I really need training mats. I really need these blue training mats because I skipped the raids that gave these. So let me just buy this. Let me just hit this until I have enough blue mats. I'm low on blue mats, so let me just hit this until I fix it. Okay? That's the kind of level of spender that we're talking about here. The kind of person that goes in here and is like, oh, you know what? I need power cores. So let me just come on down here and let me just tap on this $100 one until I got a good amount of cores. Let me get like a couple 100,000 cores. And then let me go over here to these orbs and get into Dark Dimension today. Let me just go ahead and get into Dark Dimension today and just tap on this. They're gone now. They used to be $10 a piece, 750 cores a piece. You can still open them, but you can't buy them. This was here. This is the kind of whale I'm talking about, the kind of spender I'm talking about. You do not have these in alliances. There are 19 of the people like this. There are only 19 people like this that do this business, okay? And that's what I'm talking about. That's what they need to keep their game going because all the normal people have been like, this is crazy. What you've just told me, Mr. Hartgrave, is absolutely insane. I would never do that. I'm well adjusted. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about here. Not spenders, buying a character. Yeah, some people are like, oh, Mr. Hartgrave, you're a whale. At one time, you bought 2 Silver Surfer offers. I'm like, dude, that's just me. That's my entertainment budget for the month. That's all that was. That's not spending. It doesn't do anything for them. I mean, Silver Surfer is probably the last time that they actually made a lot of money from like your normal player. But now they're making money just predominantly off the 19 people who are heavily spending. So much that it's not even like, I think there's still enough probably moderate spenders out there to kind of fund what the game is. The heavy spenders is what fuels the CEO's budget at this point. The greed, the unchecked greed is the problem here. And you're not getting the value for it.
I mean, I'm going to give props right now. Character designers, character animators, everybody that does the artwork, 10 out of 10 job, Fox. I'm going to give you all a big thumbs up there. But the people making the financial decisions, fuck you guys. Like, honestly, this has been the shittest experience that I've ever had, man. And this is coming from somebody that's played like 2 and a bit years of Marvel Contest of Champions. Because at least Kabam, it's a little bit of a roller coaster ride with Kabam. It's up and down. We all know Kabam are a little bit shit, but occasionally, they throw us a little bit of a bone. But I don't know, man. This just goes from worse to worse, and I just can't be fucked anymore. It's just definitely not worth it for me. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. We are done with Marvel Strike Force. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna
uninstall properly, which is really what we all should have done. Well, we're still here. We'll keep going. You can trust me. I'm Mr. Hartgrave. Why do I keep going? To bring you shit like this, because no one else is talking about it anymore. This happened. It went away. No one will ever speak of it again. Mr. Hartgrave, he'll bring about, he'll put the shit on his channel. He'll tell you about the predatory practices daily. Seatin made one video about this. I think we need more. People forget. There's new players every day. They need to be informed. So that's why we're here. Gravediggers, let them know who you are. Make sure you like and comment, subscribe down below, and keep digging.
Down before the one you serve, you're going to get what you deserve. Bow down before the one you serve, you're going to get what you deserve.